Hey everybody, this is Marley K. I got a story for y'all that is so heartbreaking to me because I have spent a significant amount of time as a reparationist and an advocate for African American descendants of slavery to have their, reparations, any property that was taken from them returned, and for us to be able to be compensated for all the hardships, even after slavery, Jim Crow, um, separate and unequal, the school to prison pipeline, all the injustices and inequality that we still endure today. So this story about the Bruce family regaining their property from the county who used the eminent domain law to take it from them, only to give it back to them within a 6-month period, is so disheartening. And shout out to the Black Authority, TBA, for bringing up this story a few months ago, maybe a little longer, but I'm pretty sure it's about 6-7 months ago. And he mentioned this particular clause about the county being able to buy this money back, buy this property back if they wanted to. So I find it interesting that they waited this very brief period of time to transfer this property back to the county. So I'm going to read a bit of this story. It's from CBS News, and it came out on yesterday. Southern California beachfront property that was taken from a Black couple through eminent domain a century ago and returned to their heirs last year will be sold back to Los Angeles County for nearly $20 million, officials said Tuesday. The heirs' decision to sell what was once known as Bruce's Beach, a portion of what is now Manhattan Beach, was announced by Janice Hahn, chair of the County Board of Supervisors, and State Senator Stephen Bradford, who led local and state government efforts to undo the injustice. Quote, "This fight has always been about what is best for the Bruce family," which is some bullshit, "and they feel what is best for them is selling this property back to the county for nearly $20 million and finally rebuilding the generational wealth they were denied for nearly a century," Hahn said in a written statement. Now, y'all know, anybody who got good sense, business acumen, anybody who knows anything about wealth building, you know the place to put and park your money, where your investment will have the most value, where it will increase in value no matter what, it won't lose much value at all, is real estate. This beachfront property was real estate. And if they sell it and get a check and divide that check into 5, 6, however many heirs there are, the moment they get that check, they pay taxes, whatever they had, the value is gone. You start buying stuff that depreciates in value, that money is not worth what it was when they put it in your hand the moment they cut that check. So for them to say this, it is such a lie, so disrespectful. And I just had to call it out because there's no way that this is a good deal for that family. Now, that said, I don't know what anybody's financial position is. I don't know if people needed the money. I don't know what the deal was. I just know that this statement saying that this property is selling this property back to the county is going to allow this family to create generational wealth is not true. Everybody who has sense knows that generational wealth, this is not how you pass down generational wealth. Generational wealth was holding on to the land, paying the taxes on it, watching the value increase, maybe developing it and turning it into something else, and then transferring that to your family members. This is not transferring wealth. This is cashing out. I don't care how you look at it. Then in this statement, it says, "This is what reparations looks like, and it is a model that I hope governments across the country will follow." So this is why this is problematic, because they call this reparations, which it's not, because if it was reparations, it would be given with no strings attached. So they call it reparations, and then it's a shout out. Look what we did. We stuck this clause in there and dangled a carrot in front of these people who don't know any better, who may be desperate. And so we're going to get this property back. I'm sure it is valued way more than they say here, because it's beachfront property. It's worth $20 million in California. I just can't imagine. It's probably worth 2-3 times that amount. But because these people don't know any better, they probably lowballed them. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to say they probably lowballed them. And then to say that, they hope governments across the country will follow suit. That means everybody that had land taken from them will have this clause put into their contracts. So when the property is sold or turned over to the family has the right to give it back or sell it back to the government. And the government's going to pay the money because they understand the value of this property. They understand that they can make money off of it long term. You sell it today for $20 million, you will make that $20 million back, in one capital venture, one investment. So the joke is on the Bruce family, really. So I'm just floored that this family took this route, that they have decided to sell this land back to the county. It is a bad reparations model. It's a bad deal. It's like selling grandmama's house. Grandmama and granddaddy worked hard, purchased 20 acres and had an old house. And instead of the family paying the taxes on the land and the house, a couple of the children decide they don't want it. They just want to cash out. And then y'all sell the property and get the money, walk away. In a couple of years, nobody has money. Nobody has land. Even what you're living in, you didn't pay off. So you don't own what you have. And now nobody has any wealth because they sold the wealth of the elders that they worked hard for. So the takeaway here is, don't y'all sell grandmama and them house. Don't sell your mama and them house. Don't sell the land. Work and pay the taxes on the land, because the day is coming where whoever has land will have gold. Because if you lose your job and your house is not paid off, you can't afford your mortgage, you lose your home. You have to go rent. You have no more wealth. If you own a house or you own the land associated with the house, you have wealth. Once you sell it, you put your money in the bank. If this country goes belly up, they could take your money, give you pennies on the dollar. You don't have nothing. Your wealth is gone. Your wealth was stolen. So you could have held on to the land and it'd have been far more valuable. Maybe you could have sold it for a higher price. You could have held on to it. If you're homeless, you could pitch a tent and live on it. You could fish on the beach and at least have a way to feed yourself and your family should things get tough. But you can't do nothing if you just give the money back over, give the land or the value back over to the people who took it from you from the beginning, because they understand the value of this land, which is why they put that clause in there. They also understand that most Black people do not understand the value of real estate. So few of us own anything. So it's a travesty. I'm very disappointed in this story. I understand people have financial issues, financial hardships, but it sets a very bad precedence. California is shooting real bad when it comes to the reparations decisions and fights. And I think the Bruce family really let us down on this one. So y'all give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. This story about the Bruce family giving the land back to the LA County for $20 million. Like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter at Marley.net. And I will be talking to you all later. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts about this pitiful story. Don't sell grandmama them house. Don't sell grandmama and them house. That's my final takeaway, and I'm sticking to it.